Hey guys, so we'll start with the Jenkins second session. And as I told you, we have installed Jenkins in our master machine. So people have the questions how can I install Jenkins? So you can go to sorry, let me close all this. Okay, so you can go to my GitHub link. Okay, I'll share that. Okay, and you can go to Spring Boot app, and there I have given the link. You can just open this link and run the commands one by one. Okay. So I'm not going to install it live because so many times it used to get waste due to this installation. I don't want to waste my time. And this you can do if you know the basics of Linux, you can do it. If you don't know the basics of Linux, I'm going to cover in some days. Okay. So just run from here and just search downloading and installing Jenkins and just run the commands. So one of the basic necessities, one of the basic prerequisites of running Jenkins is you have to install Java. So if you see, they have given the Java installation command also. Am I right? So your Java will also be installed, so no need to worry. So today we are going to deploy the whole Spring Boot app, so which is in Java language. Okay. So you don't have to understand the Spring Boot how the app is, how the coding is done, but uh, you have to take care of the deployment part, right? So as a DevOps engineer. So hope you are able to do it. If you're not able to do it, you can ping me anytime. Okay. So you just have to spin up EC2 server and just install it. So I have, if you see, I have installed one more Jenkins slave. So why have I done this? This too. So uh, if you see, let me show you. Yeah, if you see, so suppose we have installed Jenkins in server 1. Okay. Now there is the URL. Once you deploy server, Jenkins will run on a URL, right? And my URL in this case is what? This Jenkins master public. And let me remove this somewhere. I cannot. Okay. So let me go to incognito. So if I just click on 8080, just continue to website. So here Jenkins will run, right? Okay. So I have already installed, but I will do from the scratch. Okay. So here Jenkins will run. Am I right? So this URL you will be giving to teams, right? So that they can deploy their app. Now, where they will deploy their app? In this Jenkins machine where the server one, as I told, no, right? They would have their own servers, own EKS clusters, own containers, agents, and all, right? So there they will deploy. They will not deploy in the Jenkins server. Jenkins server is to you just use the Jenkins tool. Okay, so that you can use the Jenkins tool. Jenkins tool you cannot use just like that, right? It's not a SaaS tool that you can just use as a uh, in a URL. So you have to deploy it and you can get the URL and then you can use it. So they have their own agent. They would have their own EC2s. They would have their own servers. So what you have to do, suppose team A has agent 1, team B has agent 2. So these are all considered, these are all EC2s, okay? So agent is nothing but EC2s. So you have to connect this Jenkins to this agent 1, to this agent 2, to this agent 3, to this agent 4. Okay. So that's why this Jenkins architecture is also known as master slave architecture. So whenever you have been asked what is master slave architecture, you have to define all these things, whatever I have told, right? So Jenkins, suppose we are deploying Jenkins in one server, but we have to deploy. multiple applications for multiple teams. They have their own servers. They will give their own servers to us. We have to join with the Jenkins. So Jenkins acts as a master, and the rest agents act as agents or slaves. Okay. So if you define in this way, your interview will definitely be cleared. Because it's not like what is a master slave architecture, you just tell like Jenkins is our master, agents are slaves. No, you have to explain the whole scenario, why we are doing this. Suppose you're deploying, five teams are there. If five teams are deploying their app on Jenkins, then that's not a best practice, right? Because every team has their own server, every team has their own requirements, every team has their own securities, every team has their own user ID password or private key for logging to the servers. Okay, their own conditions. Okay, and why they will deploy in your Jenkins server. Okay, so that is why we need master slave architecture. In practical scenario, we always used to follow this master slave architecture. So that's why I have built a slave agent. Okay, if you see, I have built a slave agent. Now, how can we connect both these servers? Okay, so the first thing which you need to know is, so how can we connect master and slave? Master, how can we connect to slave? So how we used to log into an AC2 with key pair, right? And key pair, we have the PEM file that used to get generated through which you used to log in. So actually key pairs consist of two keys, public key and private key. Okay. Public key, you can consider it as the lock of your server, and private key is the key of your server. Lock, or you can consider it as the username of the server. Lock or username of the server, or the user ID of the server, and key or the password of the server. So these are all imagination just to make you understand, not real time. Okay. So public key used to be in the server. Public key always exist inside server. Both keys actually, public key always have to be kept inside server, not always exist. And you should hold the private key. Hold private key. So that with the private key you can unlock your public key and you can enter your in your server. Okay. So the same thing we'll do there. Okay. Now the slave, how we can log in from master to slave? We have to connect, right? So consider is that I have to log in from master to slave. Then it's connected, right? So what I will do, we will generate key pairs. Generate key pair of master server. So once you generate key pair, what will you get? Public pub and pri key. Consider is like public and private key. Okay, am I right? Now you will copy the public key of master server to slave master server inside slave server. So copy the public key. So suppose you generate public key pair inside the master server, and then you just copy the public key to the slave server. So now you have the private key, you can directly log in. Okay. So once public key is placed, you can log in with your master private key. So consider it's like this. Suppose um I have a neighbor. Okay. I have the lock of my server. I have the key of my room. Sorry, not server. So consider it as at my room, okay, or my house. I have the lock, I have the key. I can enter in my house. Okay. But I somehow have to enter in my neighbor's house also. Okay. And neighbor doesn't have a lock, or he has his own lock. Okay. So how can I enter if he has his own lock? I have to place my lock into his door, right? Then only I can open with my key, right? So what I did, I asked my neighbor, please remove or keep your lock also. Okay. But inside that, keep my lock also. Okay. So that if I can enter with my key. Okay. Or remove your lock. Please place my lock so that I can enter in your neighbor's house. Okay. But please don't do that. Don't enter in your neighbor's house. Okay. So you can understand in this way. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay. So I have already made one. Okay. So let's make one more. Jenkins slave one, and let it be like this T2 micro and Mumbai Linux. Key pair, you can create your own new key pair also. Okay. Depends on you. Security group, you can select anything. 3 tier SG. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's see. How is it? As it. Oh, it's the same name. Okay. Let's change the name, guys. Slave 2. Otherwise, it will get confused, right? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Now, what we'll do? Is there anything to do? Okay. Fine. So let's go ahead and let me open the what is this? Not this. What I will do, let me remove this node, whatever I have earlier connected, right? Let me remove this node, delete agent. Okay, let's make it. Okay, now let's go here and so there is a .ssh folder in which you can see your public key. So if you see, you can see your public keys here. Okay. And you can remove this, which I created the extra public key. These are not there. Now so you have to enter into .ssh folder. Just create your public and the private key for the what? For the master machine. Remember that. SSH keygen is the command to create your key pair. Okay. Enter, enter, enter. Now we will see two keys got created. ID RSA, ID RSA dot. Am I right? Hmm? So you have to. So this dot public key is the public key, and dot which doesn't have any extension, right? That is your private key. Remember that. So it's not like it is a private key dot pri will be there. No, but in public key dot pub will be there. So let's open this rsa dot pub dot and let's copy this Okay. Okay. And then go to your what node? Slave 2 node. Slave 1 also I can go, but I already have copied there. So here also you have to go to .ssh folder, and where you have to add, so vi authorized keys, or you can put sudo vi. So you have to just put it here. Okay. So shift G also you can put. Okay. And you can come below. Okay. Insert mode is there. So I'm just putting my zipper. So is it fine? No confusion? I hope so. Okay. 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 Fine. Now just second. What happened? I don't know why sometimes it used to disappear. Jenkins slave 2. Right. This is the server. And this is the master node. Now let's go to the master node and connect that. SSH. So you have to select the private IP now while you are internally connecting. Okay, so you can log in from here, from your what? So that's the beauty. Like now you don't have to give the public IP, because actually you should not give the public IP, which is internally managed by us. Okay, so you can continue with the public IP also, but you have to give the private here. Now the same we will do in the Jenkins server also. Okay. So let's go to the dashboard, manage Jenkins, and where? Set up agent. Is it? Okay. So I am giving as agent 1 and create one. Description, this server will be used for running the Spring Boot app. So number of executors, like suppose 5 jobs running. How many jobs all together you can run? So 5 jobs can run all together. Okay. Or after fifth job, 6 job will not be run all together. So suppose 5 jobs are scheduled. So all together, all the 5 jobs will run at once. It will not wait for one job. So number of executors, like how many jobs you can run all together. So I am giving as one. Ideally, you should give always one. Okay. Root directory, home. Let me give EC to user. You can give the home directory. Labels is very important. You can give any names, but give some meaningful name. I am giving as agent one only. This is very important, guys. Mark it down. Why it is important? It has been asked in my interviews when I used to give interviews. Okay. Use this node as much as possible. Launch agent. So this will be launched by SSH. And now the same thing. What you have to give in the host? Private IP. Right? Am I right? Credential. What you have to give? You can add. I don't have a credential. Okay. Fine. So username and password? No. Username, SSH username, private key. Okay. So ID is anything you can give. Slave 2 creates or slave 1 creates, whatever you want. credential. Description also the same, you can paste. So this is for identifying this credential, nothing else. My user is ec2-user. Private key enter directly. Okay. Private key, you can just go and get your public key. Okay. And my public key is, I mean, my private key is the PEM format, not public. Mumbai Lina. So you can just go. So whatever is yours, you can just give it. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Okay. So now you can add it and keep this agent. No, I will just keep bring this agent online. So whenever job will come, it will take up. Otherwise, it will keep offline itself. So it's a better option because if you choose EC2 as an option, and it's running, it will cost you. If it is off, it will not cost you. So this agent you want to keep running whenever any job is running in that. Otherwise, why you need to? Okay. So in demand delay, like suppose the job is coming to queue, for how long you can hold it. So suppose the job is coming in queue, you don't want immediately. You want to test the server performance for 1 minute, then only you want to deploy. So you can keep the minutes, the number of minutes, one, two. Okay, don't keep large minutes, otherwise job will keep on waiting. Okay. So for me, I am giving a 0. I don't want to wait. Delay. So what is this delay? Delay is like, suppose your job is done. Now you want the server to be offline, but you want to wait for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So I'm giving this as 10 minutes because I want to test it also. So now save. Okay. Now if you see the agent, launch the agent. Let's see. Okay. I think so. As I told you, maybe Java is not here. That's why this Java error is coming. So we have to install Java. So let's install Java in this because Jenkins prerequisite is Java, right? So you don't have to install Jenkins here because you don't need Jenkins, but you need the application to run, right? For which you need Java. So let's, as I told you, there is one Java command which will install Java here. ID. What is the server I opened just now? 1 2, right? And this is 1 2. Yeah. So this is the server. So guys, maybe I'm going a bit fast, but you have to understand this, guys. If you are not able to understand, just repeat this video, watch it again, until unless you are not able to understand. Somewhere you are facing any difficulty, immediately message me. Okay, I'm all time available. Okay, so Java got installed. Is it? Let's see. Java version. So Java got installed. JDK. So JDK is Java. Okay. I always used to tell JDK. What is JDK? Oh, it's just the runtime environment. You can consider is the SDK. Right? So Java is installed. If you get this type of outputs, it means Java is installed. Now again, let's go and run the agent. Okay, let's go to agent. Launch. Selected credentials cannot be found. Okay, what is this error? So there is one error came. If you see selected credentials cannot be found. Right? Am I right? Okay, let's see what's the issue. Okay, so it did from SSH, and we are able to log in, right? Let's see, and let's see if everything is there or not. Probably did some mistakes. First, let's go to nodes, or yeah. So I think some configuration issue is there. And if you see here, I have not added the credentials which I added there, right? So we have to edit the credentials. So mine was what? Slave one, right? This was earlier. Slave one we have to add. So simple mistakes you will do, and uh, you will feel like it's a much bigger issue. But sometimes the troubleshooting is much easier. Sometimes it's of course hard, but sometimes it's much easier, and uh, we we used to think like it's a big issue. So nothing like that. Okay. So his SSH connection is failing. Let's see why. Key exchange is not done. Key exchange is done already. Right. Then why this issue? Tell me why. Let's see. Let's again go to agent one and configure. You'll go to credentials, manage Jenkins, and then credentials, and then slave one, right? This one, fine. I mean, you can give this also. So whatever you. I'm able to log in from here. I should have logged in from there also. Let's see. Let's get the private key also. Okay. And put it here. Should put it now incognito there. Okay. Good. Yeah, fine. Is it a user? Got it. Is it one? It's launching. It's launching. A status is green. I hope so. Let's see what happened. Relaunch the agent. No host file so far. If you see, it's there. 172 is there. Well, is also there. So I'll keep it as none. And launch the agent. Now its authentication is successful. Okay, because whenever you keep as a host key strategy checking, right, it used to ask for the prompt. Okay, like whether you want to log into the server, yes or no. So that was asking, and we don't need this, right? So I think it will get launched now. Successfully connected, and it's online now. Now you can run your agent, right? Bring this node back online. Okay, so now it's fine. I think yeah, good. So it's not on right now. You cannot find it because uh, no jobs are running. So no, as I told you, like you don't have to wait for this agent to be up always because you don't have any job running. When you have job running, it will have agent. Okay. So sorry, so many time got wasted. So it's in sync. Okay. So once job will run, and so let's have the job run. I have on already a Spring Boot app. Okay. So how will you run this? Let me show you. So you have to click on the description. You can write in the description. This project is for deploying Spring Boot app. Okay. And then you can write the pipeline script. Oh, where is my pipeline script? It's not there. Awesome. Let's write this thing. Okay. Okay. So we can take some hello world agent. Now agent, what we will give it? We will give it as label of what agent one, right? Earlier we were giving as any. Now we are giving us label one. Now clone the repo. First stage is clone the source code repo. Let's make it more beautiful. Now, as I told you, if you don't know the syntax, no need to worry. Put a duplicate tab. Okay, put a duplicate tab and just run. Get repository URL. So let's go to the repository URL. And my repository URL is this. Let's copy it and let's deploy. Okay, branches main. So get is not there. Okay, this error means get is not there. It's not able to connect to get because my slave server doesn't have get. So let's go to this slave server. Okay, slave 2. I think I have to delete the slave one. Maybe it's confusing for you that why it is slave. Sudo yum install get. Right? Get is installed. You don't have to say git happen version. It will come. Okay. So you just have to click on main. I don't need credential because it's a public repo. Right? Is it? Yeah. Let's refresh and do it again. Still fail to connect to project. Not be like that. That's fine. Maybe I have to refresh it or I have to install it again. Okay. So my issue is not like it's not able to connect. It's able to connect. Just I'll go once to manage Jenkins. So these are troubleshooting guys. Okay, don't try to worry much. Manage Jenkins and see whether my Git is configured properly or not. Let's see. So it is saying that there is no such executable. Okay, but we have the executables already. Is it? Is it not? Is it right? So what I will do, I will just log out and log in again. Okay. Now I will go manage Jenkins rules. Hmm, okay, so in my master slave, it's not there or what? That's why maybe it used to take this Git always. Let's see if Git is there or not. Let's install Git there also. Sudo yum install git -y. So my Git is not there. That's why it was throwing error in that one. Now let's see. It should go now. Fine. Superb. So let's go to the Spring Boot app and then the configure and then pipeline syntax. It will be going now. Git and then the repository URL. I have it copied. So now the error is gone. So branch is actually main. So if you have master, you have to put master. Okay. Mine is main. Just take this URL and just give it here. Where is it? Here. Oh, all gone. Okay, maybe I refreshed, right? That's why. So agent, as I told you, this time I don't want to run in where my Jenkins machine. Clone the repo. Clone the repo. And the steps I can give is save. Save did not work. Let me copy this. Oh man, sometimes these guys are. Okay, it's saved. You can write some good steps also. Okay, just write. You can write like echo cloning started. This makes your code more beautiful. Okay, cloning started like this, and once clone happened, right, you can just write like this. Cloning completed, or repo has been cloned. Repo used to see in very general terms, but it's actually repository has been saved. Now build now. So if you see, let's see. This is very abnormal error. Agent 1 is offline. So will it come online? So I have it open there. Let me put it. I have given it as 0. Let's see. I have kept it online. Okay, so it's success. So it would have come online because I put some maybe some idle time as how many I have given. Although I put a 0, idle delay is like offline. Okay, so our repo is cloned. So you can see the path also. Where is repo is cloned. Okay, let's see where your repo is cloned. So you have to go into this path. Let's log in. This is our slave machine, right? This is our master machine. This is our slave machine. Okay. I have to give some name, otherwise it's very difficult to make understand all this. Let's connect. Put SSH. Let me remove this instance, or let me log in and we'll see. Okay, and let's go to the, oh man. So what this place is my folder. Yeah, so this is the folder, and you can see your Spring Boot app. Oh, it's inside the Spring Boot. Okay, it happened like this. So you can see your all the files here. Okay, so it's like inside your repo there was the folder, right? So if you just go here inside your repo, the directly code is not there, so you have to click on this. So that's why. Okay, so finally you got it. Okay, so one thing you just notice is like your repo name is this, but it will get converted into the name. The name will be changed. What name will be given? So whatever you will give here, the job name, that becomes a repo name. Okay, so I have given exactly same job name as my repo name, so that's why it is you are finding it in the correct way. So make sure you, the best practice is whatever your repo name is there, you should give it as the job name, so that syncs your repo and the job board. Okay. You can give a meaningful name also, that's also fine, doesn't matter. Okay, so now we'll build the application. So how we'll build the application? Through maven. Whenever java is there, you can always use maven to build your application. So it will convert your java app into a .jar file or a .war file. Okay, so for that, this is the interview question. When I was started learning DevOps, right, at the time the interview question asked, what is the main component of your maven build? What file has to be there? So it's form.xml. So it used to be written by both DevOps engineer as well as developer. So you have to remember certain things only. So they will ask what form.xml will contain. So you have to tell it will contain all the dependencies the Java application needs. So suppose any dependency is missing, it will go to the Maven repository and take the dependency. So you have to tell in that way. And in that, three main factors will be there. Three main parameters will be there. That is the group ID, artifact ID, and the name. This you can give according to yours. Okay. Someone has given .com.avsec, whoever has written this uh, maven file, right? Sorry, form.xml, they have given their own name. Okay, source and target is there. Okay, plugin, you can give your plugin details here. You can give your dependency details here. So you can give, you can say three things. Dependency details you can give there, plugin details you can give yours, and then property details you can give. What is the project name? What is the project name? Okay. So this is not much important, but you should know like what it contains. At least you should read the form.xml. So we have to now build the app. I will not build it through what? I will not build it manually. I will build it through pipeline. So the next, where is my next? Okay, here it's so now again configure and so description will always go. This project is for deploying Java application, hmm, agent based server. Okay, not in the. So I will select stage like this. One more stage I will build. What stage I will build? Parallel stage. Build the application. Build the application. So you need maven, right? Unless you have maven in your server, in your agent server, you will not be able to build. So let's install maven. Okay. So if you see in my repo, I have given the maven installation process. Please follow this. Very easy. You can get hundreds of documents, hundreds of links to install maven, but please use this link. Just copy everything from here. So someone think like, should we read each and every line? No. No one will ask you how you have installed maven. Even the maven developers will not ask you. Okay. So don't waste time on this. You have to go to the agent node, not in the Jenkins node. Okay, remember that. And then you can go to home directly, home directly. Okay. So actually, what is your home directory? You know, it's home EC2 user only. So you can go here also. So it's a built-in environment variable. So where I should go, where I should go. Yeah. So we'll install Maven. We'll put it in a script. Maven.sh and we'll just put everything here. And we'll just run this script. You can run one by one also, but again, it will be a wastage of time. And you have to install the plugin of Maven here. Until you install your plugin, Jenkins will not be able to understand like what you are going to use. Plugins, and then you can go here, available plugins, Maven, Maven integration, and you can write pipeline Maven integration. Pipeline, this you don't need. This two you can install. You can just install it. Okay. Okay, fine. Now you can destroy Jenkins also. So Maven is installed, and if you see, it has given the version. Because my last command was, if you are able to see, my last command was to check the version. If it is installed, just check the version. Maven is giving this output or not. It's giving output. So if you see, the prerequisite is to install Java for Maven also. So Java we have already installed through this command, right? Jenkins command. So try to follow the same thing which I am trying to follow, okay, which I am doing right now. That will help you to complete this project. Okay. Next, you can of course renovate whatever you want. Even my project will have many flaws, but at least it's very useful for the interview and all. You can deploy much greater app. I'll make you deploy, don't worry. So install plugins. If you'll go, you'll find your Maven, whichever I did. So yeah. And now I'll go to Spring Boot app again, and we'll do the Maven build. Yeah. Okay. I think I have configured somewhere. Yeah. So up to here, I'll just copy 1212. So always sync. See the synchronization. See the indentation. Always I used to con 1, 2, and here 1, 2 I have to copy. Build the application. Maven build. Okay, so what's the command? Sir, it's such you don't have to give also. MVN clean package. That's the command to install the build. So MVN clean package, sometimes you will find MVN install command also. So MVN install is like suppose you want to put your artifacts into a build repository. So what are the build repositories? Nexus, Shapefrog, these are the build repositories. But I want to keep it in local. So MVN clean package. So let's see if it is works or not. Okay, it's fine if it works. It's fine if it doesn't work also we'll find. So I always love the troubleshooting part. I like a lot. Agent is offline. Let's see if it's taking up or not by its own. Sure. 1 second, guys. Let me take my charger. Totally gone. No, okay. Bring this node back offline. Hey, something is happening. I don't know why. Is it happening for you guys also? Not sure. Maybe I restarted. That's fine. Okay. Took up. Still it's offline. Okay, it's built in node. It's agent node. It should come by itself. I'm sure why it is not coming. We'll check later. Let's run it. Okay. So build failure. Is it? Please verify invoke maven from the correct directory. So what we did wrong? Our directory, right? So let me show you what we did wrong. So many path directory used to come. So inside workspace, if you see, we are running here. Actually, your maven is where you should run, where your pom.xml is there. And even after going to Spring Boot app, you will find one more Spring Boot. My folder is there. Right? So what is our path? See, up to this path, Jenkins is giving us. Right? We have to enter into this 2 times Spring Boot. So if you see here, let me show you. If you just go here, right, console log, you can just click on here. So this path, who is giving? Jenkins is giving us. Am I right? After that, you have to enter, right? So where you should run? Ambient clean package. Where? So you have to enter into the directory of one more Spring Boot app. So never get afraid of errors. Okay. Ambient clean package. Okay. So now let's see. Okay. So I think again I have to bring this agent on. Now it is building type. So it's just a path issue, guys. So whenever you are facing issue in paths, right? Suppose path is you just see like what is your latest path. So this is the path. After that is my pom.xml is there. So just copy it. Just go ahead and paste it. So I am running where? My maven. Here. So here, no pom.xml. So wherever your pom.xml is there, there you have to run your ambient package. So one more folder you have to enter. So I just entered one more folder. That's what I have written here. If you see, if you just see here, that's why I have written here. City Spring Boot. Okay. Okay, we have built the app. Now, whenever you use the maven build, right, it will create a folder named target, and inside it will keep your jar file. So let me show you. So if you see target folder is created, it was not there earlier. And if you just go here, you can see your Spring Boot with jar. Now, if I run this here, it will run and you can see it. So if I just go ahead and run Java jar, it will run. But I don't want to run from here. I want to create a Docker image and through the Docker container I want to run. So let's do that. Okay. Now I have already made one Docker file. If you see, I'll just go through the Docker file once. Okay. So it's nothing from this is the base server that is a Java. Okay. This is the argument. What I'm doing, I'm taking this target from this target. See the path in which where I am in this directory. And what files are there? Docker file, I'm putting it here. So after that, I have to take the folder. Okay, target. So target. And I am taking this jar file inside this. CD target. Consider a CD target. Taking this jar file. This is the working directory inside the container. I am entering into a working directory inside the container. I am copying this artifact path. So in this way, you can copy $artifact. So it will take this path. Or you can directly write this path. You can remove this argument statement. You can directly write this path. I am renaming it to app.jar. You don't need to rename it. So whatever I'm writing it here, right? Entry point. Whatever I'm writing it here, let me go ahead. You can write in this way. It's just a very small Docker file. You don't need to rename and all. Okay. You can remove this argument statement. Okay. You can just give this target like this. You can remove this also. Here you can remove this also. Okay. You don't have to copy it into rename it into why you need to rename it when Spring Boot web.jar is a good name, right? Why you have to rename it? Okay. So you can just copy it to the target folder. Okay. So whatever is your target folder, opt/app, right? Just go ahead and already you are there, so you don't need to copy also. So you can just give like this also, or you can give the full path also. So if you are something uneasiness is there, right? You can just go ahead and write like this. Okay. So it will just go ahead and copy, and you can run this also. So you can try this. Okay, you don't need to write all this. Just this is I just want to make the Docker file a bit bigger. Okay. So I have written this. So that's there. So let's install Docker. Until this Docker is there, how will you? So let's go to always install any server from home directory, guys. Okay. Docker sudo install. Okay. service dot restore. So you have started Docker. You can check the status also. So all I'm doing in my slave server, okay, not in the master server. So let's go ahead and make one Docker. Building the image. Search Docker. So again, you have to enter into this, okay, and then Docker build hyphen field string boot app, and then tag you can give us v1 and then dot. So this you have to run where your Docker file is present. Even my Docker file is present in this repo. Okay, build the image, save, build now. Is it running? So guys, just check you don't have to run this. Okay, bring this node page in online. Okay, I have written docket. So the spelling is wrong, guys. Okay, so we have to make this after. It's almost 1 hour session. Okay, save, build now. Happen now. Think it's running. Very permission. Okay, so what is the thing? Your Docker daemon doesn't have any permission. So that's why, because you are running as a EC2 user, right? And your Docker isn't, we have installed as a root user. It has the root user access, not the EC2 user. So if you just go to my repo, let's go to the repo. And you just go ahead with there was one command ch hyphen ch on, and 1 second. Let's troubleshoot this. Let's put it in our Google. So this is a very common issue. I just don't remember the command to get the EC2 user getting connected to the daemon. Yes. So it will just be a matter of time. Okay. So you can just verify it also that it's not working. How? So you'll run this. You'll, but if I do sudo docker ps, it will give you because it is working as a root user, not as a EC2 user. So they have told that if we use this command, mm, which command you just tell me which command. Let's see if this command works or not. Shall it work? Still, it did not work. So this is not. This is waste. Okay. So let's see. Okay, echo dollar user. We can just use like what is our username? Is it to user? Okay. So you can just check. So here we have given the same thing, right? Why it did not work? Why? 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 Maybe we have to reboot, right? Then it will work. Reboot. Oh, or let's sudo reboot. Okay, close the remote host. So system will reboot now. So see if everything connect. Okay, so here everything is fine, and let's. I'll remove this. Maybe it's getting confused for you guys. Just removing this, and I can just go ahead and log it. We have logged in. Now let's see. Yeah, now it's working. Earlier only this command was working, right? Sudo docker ps. Now it's working. Now we are good. So this I can give in your link if you face some issues. Okay, I'll give it in my repo. Okay, so that you can also check. Okay, I have to make this always running, man. Somewhere some issues is there, which I'll fix it. So the main purpose of this demo is not to resolve these issues, this agent online. How the app is getting deployed, what are the issues we can face here, right? So many issues we faced here. Okay. I could have cut it and directly given you, but it's better that I will show you the issues and you can also try from your end. And you may face the same issue. Okay. So now your Docker image is built. If I do Docker, yes, now Docker image is not built. Okay, it's Docker container command. Okay, Docker images. So see your command, you're superb, man. And then we will again configure and let's create a container now. Build a container. So what is the container thing? Run -d -p expose it 8080 and then the image name. Image name. This is fine. Save. Well now. Let's see. Okay, syntax error. This error is very bad, guys. I always hate this error. Somewhere some syntax error came. Very bad. Oh, build the image. It should be build the container. Fill the container. So I have two brackets here, two brackets here. What's the problem? Is there any problem anywhere? Find any problem? All right. Yeah. Oh, no problem is there. Because maybe the stage name was same. That's why I was facing this issue. Yeah, your finish is success. So you can see your containers also. If you see, your container is also running, right? And if I just go ahead and just take the public IP of this and run this, oh man, that's the problem. Always have to go to the, there is some confidential information in my. So if we just continue to the site, right? So superb, your app is visible here. So guys, this is the whole a general app deployment scenario. In the next session, what we'll do, you got the hooks of the Jenkins, you got the feel of the Jenkins. We'll make it more real time. What we'll do, what wherever we are deploying our image, right? Right now, everything is in local, right? We don't want it in local. We want to push it into some Docker hub or some ECR registry, and then we can do this. Okay. So configure, and if you see, so many steps can be there. One step is like cloning the repo is fine. Build the application. Now this build has to be scanned, right? Then only it should go. Okay. Image is there, but image also should be scanned. Container is there, but container we want, maybe we want to deploy into cluster, EKS cluster, Kubernetes cluster, right? In this meantime, we learn Kubernetes also. In this meantime, we learn Docker also, right? So the basic of Docker is what? What Docker did actually. So what Docker did. So most of you, if you don't know Docker, I can explain Docker in a few minutes only. So what Docker did, let me show you. Docker just built the image. Okay. And in the image, what is there? First is this from Docker file. From is the base. That is the what is the environment. Java is our environment, right? And last command, if you'll see, this is the command to run your Java app. If you run this command in here also, it will run your app. So just the same command, just like Python. How will you run a Python application? Python main.py, Python app.py. Same like Java jar file, we can just give this. Okay. So we don't have to install any dependencies. See, now dependencies installed. Every dependencies was in the jar file. Just we copied the jar file to this location and just made it run. Nothing else. Okay. You can even see this Docker PS, right? You can just enter into this also. Exec hyphen IT and this container ID and just you can just do cd slash opt slash exec failed second slash. Okay. So if I just go here, so if you see your app.jar got copied, okay, you can just enter in the container and see your app.jar got copied. whatever I have written here, work here, opt app, and copy the artifact. You can use the same name also. It will get copied. Spring Boot app. So you have to write the same here also. Okay, that's the catch only. But it's a very basic app. Okay, so just to give credit to Abhishek Viramal, so this project repo has been taken from his repository, cloned from his repository, Spring Boot app. Okay, and I have just used his repo to deploy this. Okay, so this maybe this application has been built by him. So that's why you will see Abhishek's name here in the jar file. Sorry, in the pom.xml. Okay, great tutor. Okay. Okay. So guys, we'll continue the next session with more modifications, more thing. Okay. One more thing, just one thing. So if you see, I cannot see the pipeline view of this. Just if I click nothing, pipeline view cannot see here. So what you have to do, you have to go into the plugins. Okay. Just go into the plugins. Yeah. And then you have to go to the plugins and what you have to do. What you have to search. View. Pipeline stage view. Just install it. Okay. Just install it and it will give you the credits. Okay, so now if you just go to the Spring Boot app, see all this is the latest release. Right? So many failures and finally got a success. So what it suggests that failure is the failure of success. Okay, okay, guys. With this, we'll meet again and we'll continue. Thank you. Keep practicing.